Good morning, sports fans. How about that game last night, huh? That's what people always say to me. I never watched the game. If I did watch the game, I'd wonder how they know I watched the game. And then I started thinking, well, maybe there was another game on. I wonder what game they're talking about. I can't tell. Is that thing in the way? No. So I'm in a parking lot at a medical facility because when you get into your late 60s and 70s, yeah, you go to medical facilities all the time. I got a breath mint in my mouth because I can't stand my own stench. Actually, I wanted a cough drop to clear up my throat. That was an original, but the benefit is I can't stand my own stench. You know, you go like this. Then you gasp for air and stuff. But anyway, speaking of gasping for air, I ran into it again. And I've probably said this before on the YouTube, but, people tell me, I'm talking to an old friend I haven't seen in years, and he was telling me about the great sushi restaurant he goes to. And I go, you eat raw fish? He goes, oh, yeah, I love it. My number one problem with raw fish, number one, which shouldn't, trichinosis or whatever the worms that you get in the stuff from raw fish, that should be number one. But my number one thing is it doesn't taste, it doesn't have any flavor. It's if you take a piece of salmon and eat it raw, and then take a piece of salmon and eat it after it's been nicely prepared over a flame of some sort, cooked, there's a complete difference in flavor profile. The one that's cooked actually tastes good. The other one that tastes raw is like a mouthful of blood and guts from a fish. But go ahead and eat it. And then the friend said the absolute thing when I said it has no flavor. He said, "This is what I hear from everybody that I get into this conversation with. They'll say, well, you got to put some of the Bagaruki Mogaguku Wagami Wasumi sauce on it. Some weird name. Well, I've had all those sauces. And I tell you, some of them are so strong and so hot that you could put them on a big old booger and that would taste just fine to you. And it wouldn't even have to be your booger. Are you happy you're going to have sushi tonight? And I said that. I love fish, swordfish. Oh my God. I can't get enough of that. Then they tell me there's too much mercury in it. Well, look what happened to Freddie Mercury. He had too much something in him. But I digress. And what's my other favorite fish? I like smoked salmon. Well, not smoked. Smoked is okay, but what I'm talking about is when you cook it like you do pork ribs on the smoker. And a lot of people cook the hell out of it for some reason. I don't know why. But I put a little bit of olive oil on it, and then I sprinkle my barbecue rub on it, and I put it skin side down on a piece of aluminum foil, and set it in the smoker, and cook it at about 350 degrees for maybe 20 minutes, just until it's firm. Then I take it off, and that tastes good then. It also tastes good chilled. But I don't think it has any taste when it's raw. They're very bland. Now, who likes it raw? Asia. Let's just put that as one big. They like to eat that raw, which is fine. They grew up on that. It tastes good to them. More power to them. Who else likes it raw? Bears. And bears don't even eat the meat part that we like. They like it. They like where the flavor is, and that's in the skin. And they eat the skin. Go figure. So I think of Charlie Tuna every time I get into this conversation. Charlie Tuna, I don't know if he's still on or not, but he used to be in advertising for Star-Kissed. I think it was Star-Kissed Tuna. And it was like he wanted to get caught and eaten. but they wouldn't take him because they knew he didn't taste good. So Starkiss wants tuna with good taste, or Starkiss wants tunas that taste good, not tunas with good taste. And Charlie had good taste, like a Brooklyn con man. That's what he sounded like. But anyway, that's I want the tuna with good taste, and the good tasting Starkist is good tasting because it's in a can. And what do they have to do when they put it in a can? They have to get it up to like 180 degrees before they seal it. So what's that do to the tuna? It cooks it. I rest my case. In fact, I think I'm going to go home and have a nice tuna melt. But no wasabi kamikaze sauce on there. Nothing. No, I want it just mayonnaise, a little celery, a little bit of like green onions chopped fine. Oh, some garlic. A little bit of Lowry seasoning salt, maybe just a pinch of pepper, and then put it on. I like deli rye bread with some mayonnaise and some lettuce, and I forgot we were making a melt. So hold off on the lettuce till you get it melted, but put it in a frying pan with very little oil. And just saute the bread just till it crisps up, and then stick it in the oven to melt the cheese, and then put some lettuce on it, slap it together, cut it, eat it. I'm salivating. I shouldn't drip it. I always dripped right there. And I used to know an old guy when I was a little kid that used to drip like there. I always had, but he used to chew tobacco, so he had like this caramel looking stuff. And I couldn't eat caramel because it looked just like what he did. Then every once in a while, he'd go a little chewing, then and spit it, and it looked like a big chunk of caramel. To this day, I still have trouble eating caramel. Okay, that's my appetizer for the day. Coming to you from the highest point in Claremont, Florida, which is the highest point in what we call the peninsula of Florida, the one that's surrounded by water, not up by the Tallahassee or any of those places at the continent. Anyway, I'm here because when a hurricane comes, it goes inland about 10 feet above, maybe 20 feet above sea level at some point, which takes out most of the houses and stuff, or at least ruins them, and then you have to evacuate stuff. So we evacuated here for one of the hurricanes about 4 years ago, and it was lovely up here. There's a lot of wind, some tornadoes. Not that big a problem. At least you don't drown. All right, now I'm done. I'll talk to you next time.